these attributes here move the chords. Typically after the ghost has been positioned, you'll want to change the chord positions so that it looks like the chords are hanging down. These can also be curled out like this, and positioned in any way really, if you want to create a more dynamic look like the ghost is in motion. So here there's a series of tail controls, and these can be used to rotate the ghost's tail. So you can grab them all like that and move the tail all at once, or they can be moved individually. The hand controls are used to move and rotate the ghost's hands. And you'll notice that when the hands are twisted from side to side, that the model rotates all the way down the forearm. And this simulates the rotation of the forearm bones, the ulnar and the radius. There's lots of extra attributes for controlling the finger positions. So, for example, there's rotation for each of the finger joints. So you have index, middle, and the little finger. So you can grab all of these at the same time. And there's also spread attribute for each finger. So you can spread the fingers apart. There's elbow controls for each arm, which are these here. And the elbows will try to point towards that control. So moving that control around affects the rotation of the arm from the shoulder. Also on the elbow controls are some extra attributes to control the position of the shoulders. The shoulder joints rotate from the clavicle. So that's forwards and backwards rotation, and then also up and down. So that's all of the controls really. I've got a bunch of different poses here set up on each frame, and these are poses that are taken from particular camera positions. So now I'm going to explain how the rendering process works. It's the high-res model that is set up correctly for rendering. So make sure that the low-res model is turned off first and the high-res one is on. And these are set up for particular camera positions. So let's render this shot. Okay, so that's the normal black and white render of the ghost. If you go into the render layers here, there's the master layer, which is that black and white render, and then there's Chromadepth. So going into if you turn on the Chromadepth layer by selecting it and then render, you should get a color spectrum image. This ranges from red in the foreground through to blue in the background. So there's two renders that make up an image, and these can be combined together in software such as Photoshop. This is the two renders here. The black and white render needs to be multiplied over the top of the Chromadepth render.